hello.
Hi.
Episode
21.
Yes.
So we're legally allowed to drink in the States
in
now.
America. We can. Our podcast can. Anyway.
Yeah.
We're
go
way
out and
over
get absolutely pissed on light beer.
because none of them drink whatsoever in America before 21.
No.
No. News. Big
Uh-oh.
news.
Your hair.
That is quite big news. Yeah, I've had my hair done.
What do you call them? Fringelets?
Frange.
No, you call them...
Bangs.
No, you called it... It was like a side fringe or something you called it.
What?
You didn't just call it a normal fringe. You said, I've got...
Side bits.
Side bits.
Side bits. Everything's
Well
got bits. I was reading the paper.
Well done.
I know. Quite grown up now. And we live near the Thames, don't we?
We do.
Thames Water
Yes.
have just been given in the court, or it's been agreed in court, that they've got a £3 billion rescue deal.
Oh, yeah, because they were going bust, weren't they?
Yeah, they've got 20 billion debt.
Well, the truth is, though, I was thinking this, how terrible, how can they run a business out of it? Who would want to actually take it over? So if they didn't rescue them...
Yeah, but they're now looking for investment. Here's a really good business proposal. We're 20 billion in debt.
20 billion?
20 billion in debt. We've got 3 billion
Did Thames Water...
to keep it going for 12 months. Then after that, we're stuffed again.
Did Thames Water get huge payoffs? Was it those or was it the others?
I don't know, but...
Yeah.
I think it's to keep it. I don't know, otherwise it becomes nationalised. I don't really understand all the business side of it.
Whenever I see... whenever I walk around and you see new builds, construction...
Yeah.
The first thing I think about is... No, I don't actually.
Do you not?
I think about people pooing and rubbish. It's like, where does it all go?
Where are all these
we're still using Victorian sewer systems that... how the hell are they meant to cope? Well, I don't know what the population was back in the start of the 1900s, but it definitely wasn't what it is now. So I do feel for these companies. They're like...
I understand the problem. I just don't understand when everybody's paying for their water.
Yeah, well, we just got our council tax bill, $4,000, wallop.
That's what I mean. We're all paying money.
That's not water. That's separate.
Exactly. What we're paying for then? And who at the top is getting all the money?
I just think, yeah.
If you had a company and you weren't earning...
Well, I've always said this, as a small company owner,
Well, this is the whole thing with the HMRC thing that you're doing at the minute. It's
trying to get some VAT back. And I'm like a tiny business.
They take it like that. Just like that.
But what they don't do is...
Give it back.
Yeah. Pay it back.
Yes. Let's pay it forward. We learnt that last week.
Yes.
So I say we learnt. You learnt that last week, didn't you?
It's very nice in the sun here.
I know. Look at us. We've got sparkles. If you're not looking on YouTube, watching us on YouTube, go and have a look. We've got sparkles. Sparkles and shine.
Nice.
That always makes me sing that.
Yeah, very good.
Don't know why.
Okay. Yeah, I think, yeah. Well, obviously by the Thames, and I walk the dog a lot along the river.
And both our kids have been very ill.
Yes.
Being in the Thames.
One
very briefly in the Thames and was still ill. Not as bad as Amber. Amber was in there a little bit longer, probably swallowing water.
Yeah, screaming and shouting. And
it's just, I don't know, I was just like, what? I said...
Is it with your new fringe?
With my frange. It's a frange. It's different. Fringe is boring. Frange sounds...
French and sexy.
Exotic.
Nice.
It's also my hairdresser hates looking at my hair constantly.
Hey?
On the clips that we put up.
Oh, she gets upset if you just...
the hell? I'm like, seriously, come round, blow dry my hair every Tuesday morning if you want. Then I'll be happy. I'm not doing that.
People go just for a blow dry, don't they? Literally.
What were you going to say?
Susie, I'm not like that. I've changed. Now I'm 21. I'm mature.
You're 21, are you?
Podcasters. So I'm now going to...
I'm not going to swear. We've done 21 episodes.
I'm not going to use any sexual innuendos.
Are you supposed to do that before? Because you're too young to do that. Now we're 21. We can do what the hell we want.
Oh, can I?
There's we. Okay. There's two of us here.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was this week. What else has been happening this week? Flynn had his first match for Quins, which was very exciting.
Quins at Loughborough. My God, that's an amazing facility. If you like sport, I wouldn't...
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's engineering as well, but if you weren't into either those two...
I mean, we know friends' kids who've gone there and they've been like pretty top of their sport, in a sort of county...
Yeah, school level going up and then just get
level, and they go
up.
there and they're literally like the 7th team or something. Everybody's like either an international or national
famous story,
player.
isn't there? Flamand, the French second row player, was playing Loughborough fourth or fifth as a
then
fly
now-
half or something,
Now he's playing for France.
and now playing for France, first choice pick.
They were like one of the best teams.
And then the Nottingham
in Europe.
Trent
Well,
lad.
they are the best team in Europe because they've won the Six Nations how many times, Mark?
Yes.
Too many times, people.
Sean Edwards,
I think.
good defence coach. And then there's that Nottingham Trent lad who's now playing for Wales.
Yeah,
Lee,
numbers
D, Lee, Wee, Chi, Wee, Chi.
He's on the wing. He's
Yes,
very young.
and very good.
Bless him. Good for him.
Yeah. So, yes, it was very nice going up to Loughborough.
Quiz?
Watch Flinny running around, playing Yorkshire. What other news? Yes, so that was it. And then a mellow Sunday. And then back into it, testing.
Yeah, lots of new clients coming in for testing. We've got to launch our official opening night on Friday for
I
the
don't
gym.
know. It's raining, unfortunately.
We've been
Well, it might
open
change.
for a while, but obviously lots of people keep saying, you open yet? You open yet?
With that voice.
Yes, exactly that voice. So I'm like, yes! So we thought we'd better organise something official.
Yes.
Just to invite local people who we know and old clients, new clients, all that sort of stuff. Just people who've supported us or wished us well nearby.
Nice.
Just say thank you and continue the support, please. Thank you.
Very
We
much.
appreciate
You're
it.
very
Thank
fiddly
you.
today.
I am, aren't I? It's because I've got something to twiddle with. I've got a twiddly thing.
Is that part of your... I saw a comic saying, I've been told I've got ADHD by my friend, blah, blah, blah. And it does seem that most ADHD diagnoses are from mates.
Well, you could just recognise it in other people if you've got it.
I haven't. I've decided to not have it. I don't want
You're
it.
just
Special needs.
yeah, you're just pain.
Anyway.
So Mark's Bits. Do we have a Mark's Bits this week,
Well,
please?
I think I'm not too sure if I mentioned it on here, but I obviously talked about creatine and the
Yes.
benefits of it. And then there's been a little bit of research going on. So the company that I mentioned, Overload, who produce these wonderful creatine gummies, tasting gummies, I've been digging into it. There was a couple of people talking about actually they don't have what they say on the tin. So the creatine levels in these gummies are super low. So everyone used to take creatine monohydrate. It's the only one to take, really. Well, it's the only one I think that's out there anymore. They used to do creatine phosphate, but they don't do that anymore. So creatine monohydrate in a powder, and it's quite powdery and it's a bit chalky.
Yeah.
And it's got much better. And then these gummies came along, and everyone, oh my god, they taste lovely. And they've added
Tastes
them.
like sweets,
They've added
obviously.
with a little bit of electrolytes, but in theory, with the creatine, all you want is creatine monohydrate, nothing else in it. And it got me thinking about that. So basically, it looks like this Overload company. So apologies if people have gone. I know a couple of people come to me and said, "Oh, I've got this for our kids." My advice is to go back to the powdered form. So the big difference between pharmaceutical and supplements is, do you know what the big difference is between the two? Regulation.
Right.
So the regulation for pharmaceutical, it takes ages to get through. As you know, your brother's in this game.
Yep.
It takes a long time to get through. But anyone can produce a supplement. So the variation within supplements is ginormous. And I was saying, you know, there's a company called Informed Sports, which means that it's therefore safe to take if you are a professional sportsman. It's not classified as a performance-enhancing supplement. But it takes a long time to get that, which I think is the good thing. It's a bit like the B Corp thing that you get for businesses. Yeah. It takes a lot. Willie had to do it for his shop. It takes a long time to get through it to prove that you're, you know, what's it, carbon negative or whatever.
Yeah, sustainable
so
stuff.
Yeah, so the big thing between supplements and pharmaceutical drugs is pharmaceuticals are far more regulated. Supplements aren't. And this seems to be the case with this Overload, that it's not producing what it says in the tin. It literally...
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's just...
It's lovely, but
if they were actually...
It was almost like your grandparents used to say, if it tastes too good, it's not good for you. You know, and they tasted brilliant and very digestible. But actually, guys, go back to...
But they didn't have the levels of creatine and other stuff that they said on the packet and on the blurb.
What do you say for legal reasons?
Allegedly.
So anyway.
Allegedly.
But so, yes, my advice is find a company that it's purely just creatine monohydrate, and it's powder form. Mix it with water, mix it with an electrolyte drink. If you're
in its purest form.
If you're having it with kids, mix it with a smoothie, mix it with their electrolyte drink. If they're taking it to sports, they won't taste it. It mixes a lot easier than it used to. Cognitive function, as we've talked about.
Yep.
Very beneficial for women, mainly because we store most of our creatine in our muscle, and women tend to have a little less muscle, so it's useful for women to have it. It's been proven to have a positive effect on depression. Obviously, creatine phosphate is that power system that we use for that kind of first 8 to 10 seconds. So very useful for explosive resistance training, sprinting, that kind of thing.
All my fun things.
So for kind of
it ticks a lot of boxes, doesn't it? And I think previously, historically, even the nutritionist that we have, speaking with her yesterday, and she'd gone to a big conference, and it's obviously pushing the whole cognitive research that's recently been done. And, you know, she wasn't as aware of that as
it's only been. I mean, I think it was 2023 that research, that meta-analysis came out proving that it actually does improve. They didn't think there was a brain barrier.
Because most people avoid taking it. Well, not avoid taking it. I haven't taken it previously because they think it's just for bodybuilders and sports people. People want to.
Yeah, so it increases intracellular water as well as, you know, it's all about the kind of when you're muscle building and so on. But so actually having an increased intracellular water level will increase strength output as well. So yeah, I mean, you more than likely you will gain a little bit of weight because of that intracellular water, but it's within the muscle.
Yeah, it's useful weight rather than rubbish weight.
Yeah. So so apologise if people have gone out and bought Overload. It looks like if you go onto their website now, they've stopped all subscriptions and stuff until they deal with
reality.
I mean, hopefully they come back and go, okay, we've, you know, because basically the two things I read is people sent off them for batch testing.
Independent
testing with other companies, and they found that most of these gummies weren't providing as much. You'd have to have a huge amount.
Yeah, which
it's not like you're doing yourself any harm. The recommended dose is 3 to 5 grams a day, but it did. You know, you'd have to have a hell of a lot of them to hit that.
Whole packet of gummies a day.
And then there's lots of, you know, there's few additives in there to make them taste nice.
Nice, I like it.
So yes.
Creatine, thank you again. What supplements? Also, I think that's really hard when companies do stupid stuff like that, if it is the case, allegedly, because it puts a bit of a black mark over other people who are actually doing really good stuff with more natural supplementation.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. Because people are always a bit hesitant and think,
I mean, a lot of clinical or sports nutritionists will have companies that they like because they know that they've been, they're a little bit more what's the word?
Regulation?
No, rigorous with their testing and so on.
What's your word that I hate? Sorry, we're going off Mark's. He says this very.
Yeah, but when Ziggy runs past, it's not weird. When she runs past, it's very fast.
I'm like about to vomit.
Well, it's better do your throat thing. Yeah, see, that's just.
Yeah, but that's because I've got a physical thing that
I've got a physical thing to express my love for my dog.
Are physically annoying sometimes. Well,
thank you.
That is the case.
I've got the sun in my eyes, and it's lovely.
Sunshine.
Hopefully, Toilet Kate doesn't say I look like death again.
She was very pleased with her shout out last week. Actually,
was she?
Yeah.
Have you got a shout out this week?
Well, I haven't got a specific shout out. I just want to shout out to with some new listeners that have come and.
Who?
I can't tell you.
What? Well, then they won't know.
I can't tell you their names. I don't know their names. I'm just shouting out to new listeners who've messaged, but I don't know their actual names.
Or did they give, that well. Like they say, text 3043?
Yeah, 0898.
What did they say in their message?
They said, loving the podcast. You know, we're just getting some nice feedback. And I just want to shout out to those people who are giving us nice feedback. Thank you.
But tell us your name.
Yes,
so I can make a rhyme. I can make a limerick with it. There was a young lady from Stroud.
Yes.
Who took her pants off in a crowd. The man at the front said, I can smell just like that, not very loud.
That's such a rude limerick.
You
cannot say that word.
Well, your friend did yesterday.
I know, but she was too far away for me to punch her.
But it did improve her grip strength testing.
We gave her...
As soon as she got angry, God.
I knew what would make her angry.
Yeah, interesting.
I knew there's a certain former footballer who she dislikes very much.
Yeah. Well, I think we could take it to another level.
But
it's interesting when I've got all the kids doing shot put and stuff, and some of them just lack that anger, and I say to them, right, what gets you angry? Because with shot, obviously you've got to get technique right, but there has to be a certain amount of explosive power when you release that shot. And all of them, if they've got siblings, brother, sister. It's never like a bloke at school or yes, my sister. Right, imagine you're elbowing your sister in your face as you rotate.
You use that without it. When Flinny was learning long jump.
Oh yes, stamp your foot on the head.
Get the kick. No, the kick out was to kick Amber in the head. I was like, that's nice. Teaching
it
violence
works though
in children.
See,
Such a
Oh, we
responsible
watched that
parent.
first
So, yes,
episode.
Adolescence. It's on my list.
So he was not an actor, this young kid. And I know at the moment...
With the new series out with Stephen Graham and Ashley Walters, who
I'm
was in
still a
Top
little
Boy.
confused. It's the whole thing done
Hang
in
on.
one take. Sorry, Cora.
Well, I was speaking. Thank you.
Jesus.
Be quiet. Oh my God. You're too far away. I'm going to punch you afterwards.
Okay.
So we were watching Adolescence. Stephen Graham, brilliant actor. Ashley Walters, who was in Top Boy.
Flynn likes his guns.
And I'm sorry about the other actors, but I can't remember your names, but very, very good series. So we only watched the first episode that was out last night. It's an hour long.
Yes, please.
So it's long. But we were told yesterday by an informed source, and you think you've read this as well.
Yes.
That each episode was in one take. It does look like it. It looks like the camera's just following. It's either really clever editing.
But the kid apparently...
They follow through the whole thing. They go in the doors. All the doors are always left open. You just hear someone shut it and then someone will open it. There must be like loads of amazing people.
Little people.
Behind the scenes, opening and closing doors. But they just have a camera. And the camera work as well. And they're literally just following around and into rooms. It's all mobile. It's brilliant.
But apparently the kid, who's 13... I believe he's. I don't know, but they didn't want your typical kind of young Rada. What is it?
More like theatre school child.
That's
Woo, jazz hands.
But I mean, obviously, at the moment, he's just had to play very emotional. But apparently, it gets deeper and deeper.
Oh God, it's quite traumatic, especially as a parent. We were sitting there watching it with Flynn, who's obviously older.
Can we watch the film? And we always end up watching films that we've seen before, like comedy films, which are okay.
But also, films are too long to watch on a school night.
Exactly. So we watched this and we finished that and went, woo!
I don't think I breathed, actually. I did my whole usual. I was literally like that. Well, it's traumatic being
a
a parent.
Bring up something else?
Oh, is it relevant? Isn't it nice to me?
Well, no, it's about families.
Okay.
And I imagine every family with a teenager does this. If I'm watching a film or a TV show that everyone said that they wanted to watch.
Oh, here we go.
And you look across and everyone is on their phone. That really fucks me off. It fucks me off more than it should. But I'm like, in the world now we live in, everyone says, well, we're not present or whatever. And I find myself, I'm going to stop taking my phone into that room because I don't need it. And if it rings, I can hear it and go and get it. But you find yourself in the adverts just grabbing and looking at it. And you're like, what is going on? I think
they're just used to being multitasking. No, I think for teenagers specifically, it's almost like...
But it's not multitasking.
But they're listening.
They just need this constant entertainment.
But I think if there's because it was quite a lot of slow bits and quite quiet moments in this adolescence, because obviously it's written. But that's what I'm saying. They're just, it's not that they're bored. It's habitual. Exactly what you're saying. It's habitual to just pick up your phone and scroll. And then...
But slow yourself down. Take it in. It's like doing a dog walk when people, everyone out walking was on their phones while walking their dogs. And you're like, it's a beautiful day. Just fucking put the phones down for a second.
Or listen to something.
Yes.
Just listen to something. Or
don't watch the TV and do your scrolling for a bit and then go, okay, done. I just don't think it's like, I've found myself doing it and I'm like, I just don't think it's very healthy. I really don't. And I think in time we're going to find out that our brain functions are just diminishing.
Mine isn't because I'm taking creatine.
Yeah, see? And you got frange.
And I got frange.
Nice.
So,
but yes, I do. I imagine there's quite a few parents out there that you look across and you're like,
but we have people who are worse than that. We have people. Yeah,
it's not about who's worse or better.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there are scenarios. We've always been quite strict on phone attachment, if you like. If you go out for dinner, you'll see whole families on their phones. I'm like, they're not even speaking. Or our teenagers weren't allowed phones till during school term.
In the bedroom?
In the bedroom, sorry, not allowed phones.
Or the dining table if someone else is sitting with them.
Yeah, if they're sitting on their own, then they can watch it. Yes. But Flynn tends to watch on his iPad. He'll watch something on his iPad. So that's,
Yeah.
He's just chilling out. And, he has a long day at school, so it's like his downtime.
No, I get that.
Back in the day, we would read. I think there was some stuff posted about, obviously, when we were kids, in the morning, you basically read the back of the cereal packet like 15,000 times
because there'd be a quiz on it or a maze.
But it was the same thing every day because it's the same cereal packet would last at least a week. So you'd be just reading the same thing. You had nothing to read, so you just eat your breakfast and whatever, and you eat your Frosties and your loaded sugar
so
cereal.
I think, I don't know
or there was always a toy. I actually won a competition on the back of a Frosties packet, I think.
Did you?
I think you had to like guess where the ball would land, or one of those sort of.
Oh, where, like in the football shot, where's the ball?
And you had to put
put it in at which square?
Yeah.
What'd you win?
I can't remember.
Oh.
Can't remember, but I did win something. It was probably like a Frosties pencil case or something.
Nice. Where is it? That'd be worth millions.
I was
now.
about 8.
What's the name of the Frosty?
Tony.
Thank you. Tony.
He's not a Frosty, he's a tiger.
It was Tony's birthday yesterday, and Luke's, Tia's dad.
Tony who?
Morris.
Oh, okay.
Ex-bookie.
St. Patrick's Day was yesterday. So happy St. Patrick's Day, people from Ireland.
Nice. You've got your green glasses on. I should have worn mine.
You can't see. Can you see
anything?
anything?
I can't see.
Well, I mean, can you actually see properly? You need them for like driving. You don't need for sitting looking at me.
But it would make you clearer and more beautiful. Very beautiful.
That's impossible.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what you say.
Oh, it's on in my face.
Can you stop saying very like that? Really?
It gets me excited. It brings excitement through my body.
Can you just stop at the top? I don't mind the very or like.
No, Susie.
It's
that's
just
part of it. And it's the other one when I call Yogi.
Oh, it's literally like goes through my. It's like a drill going through my brain.
I think you must get exhausted by how funny I am.
I get exhausted by the noises that come out of your mouth quite a lot sometimes. What are you drinking now? You got your Ribena?
Electrolytes, very healthy.
Oh, such a nerd, such a nerd.
Thank you.
Right, well, I think...
Oh.
One of the other things, I was literally watching something. What was I watching? I was watching something this morning on Instagram. And it was a clip from this morning. So we talked a few weeks ago. Well, there's some sirens going past here. A few weeks ago, we talked about there was a girl who was selling her like sweaty stuff. We were talking about OnlyFans.
Oh yes,
like a few episodes ago.
Bras or something.
Well, no, she was selling her own like sweaty kit. She'd work out on it, and then some weirdo would buy it, and she'd send it off.
Nice.
On This Morning, I don't know why they keep showing this stuff on This Morning, because that was on This Morning as well. Was two women, young women who were selling hair.
Their own hair.
From their head. No, from their head. So one girl had this little pot and it had hair in it, and it was from her own hair and some extension hair all mixed in to like bulk it out. She sold that for like, I don't know, 70 quid or something. And then another pot, this other girl had toenail clippings.
What? And
she said, oh, that's sold, but she said, I'm just waiting because they want like the new lot in there as well. They want 2 different lots. What? That was something like £600 someone's buying that for. Another girl had acrylic, used slippers, like cheap, crappy, furry slippers.
I have a problem with slippers, full stop.
Right, we're off this topic, but slippers were going to America. Less said there. So imagine like your little Primark slippers,
right? Fluffy
slippers. You've worn them for about 2 months. They're a little bit worn out, a bit sweaty, a bit wore away.
If you found out, right? Let's say, who should we use? We won't use a member of our family. Let's say our cousin, nephew right?
Or nieces,
I won't give names. We find out that he's bought toenail clippings for 250 quid, let's say.
Yeah.
I would immediately think that's a cry for help. There's something not quite right with this person. So if someone in your family is doing this, it's gone past like a laugh. You know how people buy old football shirts?
It's a fetish.
But what do they do with them?
Well, the other thing, so I went onto the comments on this thing on Instagram just to see what people were saying about it, because obviously I have my own opinions, my own comments in my head right then.
Do you ever write comments to these things?
Not on something like that, no. Okay. And lots of people were saying, right, well, I'd be worried because someone's buying that and putting it on a crime scene. It was like DNA of someone's hair, toenails, the actual body parts, like spreading it around. But obviously, you know, they've got proof that they sent them. I don't know whether they've got like proof of postage and what they sent to that person, unless it's a PO box number and some. There's some weird shit going on in the world that just astounds me that this stuff happens.
We've talked about it, like we've got people that we know that have very complex lives, whether it's through
dramatic,
whether it's through kind of remarrying, or is that the right word? Remarrying, but then, and also just like affairs and things like that. And then there's, like, I've always talked about oxygen thieves, people who are like negative, but then there's people that seem to crave. I used to have these clients, two elderly New York couple Jewish who were constantly in litigation.
Yeah.
They had like 3 or 4 court cases, and I said to them, "Aren't you exhausted?" He goes, "Oh, we love it." And they were generally evil.
Some people thrive from
taking pleasure in other people's discomfort.
Yeah, or just drama, just like stress and drama. Unless they're in a stressful, dramatic situation, they feel like they're not.
I mean, I get there's the whole Schadenfreude. Is that how you say it? Schadenfreude. So I get that, the taking pleasure in people's misfortunes in a small way. When it's not you. It's like when you're at school, someone else is getting told off and you're like, oh, thank God it's them, not me for once.
Yeah.
But then there's different levels when you start to, I don't know, it's like there's nothing else. So they just, I don't know. I find it must be exhausting. I remember, I think I told you when I used to have this client and I'd come back and I'd go at the end of the day, he must get home, sit down with his wife and just go, God, I'm exhausted. I've been a cock all day. Because you can't, how do you actually be like that all day? How can you be unpleasant to people?
It quite well. Let's not talk about him again. But there are people that...
Have you changed at all yet?
What?
Trump, Putin.
Oh my God, stop, please.
And
I
Farage.
will vomit.
I will add on one more.
No.
Jimmy Savile.
Stop it. Just, you're doing it now.
What?
You're taking pleasure in making me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I'm not making you be uncomfortable.
I am uncomfortable thinking about that.
Oh, you got a new chair, Christmas chair.
This is a comfortable chair, but internally uncomfortable.
Well, yes. Anyway. Make life simple. Kiss.
It's not even that. Just be flipping nice.
What's kiss? Keep it simple.
Susie.
Nice.
But just be nice. Why do you have to be...
Pay it forward, up, back. Pay it.
Pay it forward.
Forward.
So pay it back. That's taking.
It's the little things.
Don't take.
Hold doors open. It's not sexist. Hold doors open for boys and girls.
Just be nice. Be respectful. Be nice to people. Respect other people's stuff.
I say good morning
if they want to sell their toenails, crack on.
I don't have a problem selling them. It's the people buying it. That's the problem I have. So I said good morning to a guy this morning when I was dogging. And
Did you tell him, hi, I'm out dogging. Good morning.
And he looked at me as if I was about to thump him in the face.
Probably because you said the word dogging.
No, I didn't say I was dogging. I just said good morning.
It's
a beautiful day. Good morning. And he looked at me as if I was either about to rape him or punch him.
Oh.
I wasn't going to rape him or punch him.
Well, you might have punched him for being rude and not saying good morning back.
He just gave me this kind of weird... He didn't have headphones in. I did do that check. He wasn't deaf because he responded.
Well, how did he respond?
He looked up when I said good morning.
Okay.
See?
It's weird though. But did he have a dog?
Yeah, see, that we've talked about this.
No, but if you had a dog, generally dog people say good morning.
Yeah. If you don't have a dog and you say good morning to people, they think you're weird.
Well, and also you were saying about people walking who don't have dogs.
Yeah.
It's not weird, but I mean during the
Rachel
day...
was saying this. With the thought of going for a dog walk without a dog.
Yeah, but I think you also said you've seen people in Richmond Park at weird times of the day.
When I'm cycling through in the pitch black.
Walking on their own in the dark.
Yeah.
Which is just a bit odd.
Well, especially in the dark in Richmond Park, and it's quite spooky.
That rhymes.
Yeah, well, I'm a poet and you don't know it.
Mm.
See? Well then.
Okay.
I'm going to carry on with my day.
Carry on with your day.
It's a beautiful sunny day. I hope it's sunny wherever you are in the world.
And be nice. And big news. It's my birthday this week. Woo!
In 48 hours' time, you're going to be a little bit older.
48? It's tomorrow, mate.
Oh, yes. 24.
24 hours. I'm going to be a year older.
Nice.
And a year wiser.
I think you should do something radical. What is it? How old are you? 50? 53.
53.
53. What rhymes? What could you do? What could you do? I think...
What do you mean? What are we talking here?
Well, we'll leave it there, shall we?
Yes. Answers on the postcode.
Leave people on tender hooks. Is it tender hooks or tenter?
Well, that again, answers...
Tender. It's tender. It must be to do with boats. Tender and a hook. So you hook the tender in. So you pull them in. It's a tender, isn't it?
Okay, people go away, Google it, come back, answers on a postcard.
And please leave your name so Susie can give you a shout out.
Not Another Couples Podcast.